there at 272.
Both former world champions.
Yes.
Good matchup.
This is going to be a very interesting match indeed. Gonzalez, if you can remember, Sheldon, was my top favourite in the morning.
Okay.
Got him down as a great opportunity of getting on that podium.
And there is young Ჭრიკიშვილი, and there is Mrs. Ჭrikishvili. There you go. The family are here. Nervous times.
Yep, the pressure is on. Well, both these athletes have had brilliant performances here today. Well deserving places in this final, but only one can take home that gold medal, the prestigious title of the Grand Prix Zagreb champion.
What a comeback for Avthándill Ჭrikiშვili. So many people had written him off because we tend to write the Georgians off quickly. If they take a break, we say, oh, they've disappeared, not going to see them again, which is quite often the case. Not so with Ჭrikiშვili. He's back and straight into it. Up in the final of his first Grand Prix on his way back.
Well, the difference between these athletes, they've got their strengths in so very different ways. Gonzalez likes the movement, he likes his space, and creates an opportunity for the Ashiwazas, the Ojigaris, the Uchimatas, and unlike Ჭrikiშვili, he loves the up-close and personal approach where he comes in with the Uranagis, the big lifts, and so there you have the Georgian desperately to get close, Gonzalez wanting his space.
Second time today that I've seen Gonzalez guilty of just ducking underneath.
Well, that was in the semi-final. He gave away two valuable Shidos, didn't he? And look, there you have two Shidos.
Yeah, catches him.
Yeah, lovely technique there.
That's what Ჭrikiშვili has got to be wary of.
Yeah,
the Marotti Sernagi. But it was a weak effort there.
Yeah, and it has been very successful for him. But before Gonzalez puts that in, he really has to get the Georgian moving. And all he has now at the moment, as you can see, what we said with Ჭrikiშვili, he loves the closeness. He's drawn the head in, but there's the Sernagi. The overrides the throw. Gonzalez with the two Shidos. Gonzalez, you can see, drawing that shoulder in. He's got the lapel and sleeve. Ჭrikiშვili turning the shoulder in. Stepping across, Gonzalez does for the Tayatoshi.
It's odd that they hadn't come up against each other.
Yeah.
Because Gonzalez was the world champion in 2013 in Rio, and then Ჭrikiშვili won it the year after in Chelyabinsk in 2014, so it wasn't as though they weren't around at the same time.
No, that's right.
Surprising. Anyway, Ჭrikiშვili still leads by Rosario, avoids that Sernagi again. It's a tired looking effort though from Gonzalez, despite the fact that we've still got plenty of time, and he does have two penalties against him. Got to be very careful here.
Yeah. Well, Gonzalez has been in this position before. He was in the semi-final where he was down in the two Shidos, and it looked like it was all over and done with, and that again was in two Shidos for ducking under, and the earlier minute and a half, I think it was, in the actual fight. But he battled his way around and came up with the big throw right at the end. But he does like that movement. He likes that space to create an opportunity, an opening there for the Sernagi and the Marotti. So he needs a little bit more space. He gets the bounce and the lift, but there you have the Uchimata
it's always a lot to ask for something on the way down, you know, to put that combination in, especially if you've given plenty to the first part of it. Slightly different if it's a setup, you know, where the second one is going to be the strongest one, but that one, I think it was a full-blooded effort for that. And it's ჭრიკიშვილი who nearly comes up with the
Gonzalez, Gonzalez's throw,
30-odd seconds.
Nice and deep as well. That was a great opportunity lost there. So still leading with a Wazari and just coming up to the last half a minute. Well, Gonzalez really has to now step it up a bit. He's got it all to gain, nothing to lose for just really opening himself up and being gutsy enough to put... Oh, yes! Koichigari, beautifully done. Sadly lost a little bit of control there.
First time he changed direction.
Oh,
and it was the initial movement...
For the Sienagi.
Yeah, that ჭრიკიშვილი nearly fell for.
Yes, that was lovely. But was that his chance? Well, we've still got 12 seconds remaining, and ჭrikishvili after that, he's going to close up shop. He's got no shidos. He doesn't really need to do anything daft here.
Quick look at the clock. He ducked underneath. He should pick up shido for that.
Oh, and the baby crying there as well. Oh,
a little bit of a shock.
ჭrikishvili
waved to the little fella and wife as well.
Oh.
Yeah, even the baby's smiling.
Yeah.
Dad at work. What did you do? I went to see my dad at work.
Yep, my dad was he was fighting. I went to see my dad fight.
Well, it's a good return for Avthānḍīl ჭrikishvili when he looks back at the names that he's gone through. To be honest, you'd have to say that that's a surprise that he could be off for so long and come back and look so good. In fact, he's looked better here than he did sometimes when he was fighting full time.
Well, sometimes like now, as you can see, he's a husband, he's a dad, and the priorities and everything he maybe fights for is so different. And you also see that with another athlete, it's Ashley Mackenzie. What a difference in an athlete over the years. He's really grown up and he's matured and out there. He got a bronze medal on the first day. And it's like looking at a different athlete with a new lease of life. The old selfies there. And there's the wee one. Hey. Oh. He recognises his daddy anyway, even though he's all smelly and sweaty.
Oh.
He says, what's this all about?
That's a terrific shot, isn't it?
That's brilliant, isn't it? And really that's what it is all about, a judo family, isn't it? Embracing where these people and these athletes all come from and what they have in their life. There's some highlights of that.
Happy times for the ჭrikishvili family. Really, it is a very, very strong comeback, especially when you take into consideration that we're just a few weeks away, really, from the World Championships. A comeback now, and there are others who are, pressing for a place. Are they going to send Avthānḍīl ჭrikishvili? Because Beka Gviniashvili has gone back down to 90. So that would be your two, taking up two spots there. Really would be interesting to see what Georgia decide to see. Well, it won't be long before it all unfolds. We've got the next weight category coming up. The first of the bronze medal matches in the under 78 kilo category features Hamada Shori of Japan. She's up against Audrey Chermio of France. It'll be Hamada in the white judogi, Chermio